Prince Andrew could be finished as an active member of the royal family after being sued for damage by Virginia Giuffre, who alleges she was sexually abused, in a New York court. Ms. Giuffre is seeking damage from the prince, who she alleges abused her in 2001, when she was just 17. She claimed she was trafficked by Jeffrey Epstein, a convicted sex offender who committed suicide whilst awaiting trial in August 2019. Andrew has fervently denied the allegations and previously said he had no recollection of meeting Ms. Giuffre. However, the prince could be finished, even if Prince Charles wanted him back on the front line, according to a royal expert. Writing for the Sunday Telegraph, Camilla Tominey said, "Even without the spectre of a 2-year legal battle, Andrew remains a distinctly objectionable figure on the periphery of an establishment whose very survival depends on the popularity of its members. Ultimately, the decision won't even be Charles when he becomes king. If his subjects don't want the grand old Duke of York back in the royal fold, he's finished." Neither Buckingham Palace nor Andrew's legal team have publicly responded to the case being filed in New York. Ms. Tominey said Charles fears the reputational damage his brother could cause if he allowed him to resume his duties. Referring to Andrew, she wrote, "Even his brother Prince Charles, mindful of the collateral damage caused by the scandal, cannot see a way back for him in the royal family. The heir to the throne believes that, whatever the outcome of the civil claim for damages brought by Ms. Giuffre, he still poses a reputational risk if he returns to public life." Referring to Andrew, a source close to Charles said, "He has long ago concluded that it is probably an unsolvable problem. This will probably further strengthen in the prince's mind that a way back for the Duke is demonstrably not possible, because the spectre of this raises its head with hideous regularity." Andrew is currently at Balmoral in Scotland, along with the Queen, where crisis talks have reportedly been held. Queen Victoria's statue in Kitchener, Canada, has been vandalized with red paint for a second time amid upset over Britain's colonial past in the country. Police are continuing to investigate the incident, which occurred over the weekend. The statue of Queen Victoria in Kitchener's Victoria Park was covered in red paint with the wording "Every Child Matters." The phrase written on the statue refers to children who did not survive Canada's residential school system. A local resident told Canadian news channel, CTV News, "There should be more representation of the different nationalities of Canada, especially the Indigenous community, because they absolutely have no representation at all." Prince Charles has donated to the Hellenic Red Cross to help those affected by the fires in Greece, the birthplace of his late father. In early August, more than 500 fires raged in Greece, causing thousands of people to flee from their homes. To support recovery efforts for those who have lost their homes and livelihoods, the Prince of Wales has donated to the Red Cross. Antonio Zavgerinos, the president of the Hellenic Red Cross, said they were immensely grateful for the money. He said, "We are immensely grateful for His Royal Highness's kind donation." Prince William took after his mother Princess Diana in searching for a normal, less extraordinary life, a royal commentator told a documentary. The heir to the throne, 39, paid homage to his late mother this week with a new youth initiative. The Diana Award is a charity to continue the positive legacy of the People's Princess, who died in a car crash in Paris in 1997. Diana's other son, Prince Harry, 36, also supports the charity, which on Thursday launched the 5-year Future Forward Plan. The initiative, which launched on International Youth Day, aims to help young people affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. Princess Anne made an uncomfortable mistake in an Olympics committee after forgetting to turn her microphone off and labeling another official as the most stupid person. Princess Anne's awkward error at a London Olympics committee meeting has been fondly remembered by Sebastian Coe as one of his favourite moments with the straight-talking royal. As a former Olympic athlete, the Princess Royal played an integral role in organising the London 2012 Olympic Games, where she forgot to turn her microphone off at one meeting and made an embarrassing comment about another organiser. Speaking to the ITV documentary Anne, the Princess Royal at 70, Sebastian Coe recalled, "She was always to the point, she doesn't always suffer fools gladly, she doesn't speak for the sake of speaking." Meghan Markle's latest project was labelled as rubbish and having gone down badly in UK in a scathing review by royal biographer Duncan Larcombe. Speaking to True Royalty TV's The Royal Beat following the news, the Duchess of Sussex has launched her latest 40x40 mentorship scheme for women re-entering the workforce. Mr. Larcombe branded the project all about Meghan, adding how he didn't want to hear her lecturing young mums having to go back to work from the comfort of her $11 million La mansion. He went on to claim the project had gone down so badly in this country, before branding the whole project rubbish. Mr. Larcombe said, "It's great, she's doing that, she's just had a baby and is all about Meghan." Kate, the Duchess of Cambridge, and Prince William had a good laugh after Prince Charles suffered a wardrobe malfunction with his jacket during a joint public outing. Prince Charles had Prince William and Kate, the Duchess of Cambridge, laughing outside Westminster Abbey after suffering an embarrassing public wardrobe malfunction during the RAF centenary celebration in 2018. Thankfully for the Prince of Wales, his wife Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, was on hand to fix the situation and saved any further embarrassment during the special event. The List contributor Sarah Clark reported, at a previous flypast in 2018, to mark the anniversary of the Royal Air Force, Prince Charles had a wardrobe malfunction involving his jacket. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's Netflix dream was ripped apart by a commentator who claimed the couple had so far just delivered the world's most expensive press release. The couple made the landmark decision last year to leave their royal life behind and set up home across to the pond in a bid to live a financially independent life away from the monarchy. Since then they have spent a fortune on a host of new luxuries, such as a mansion in Montecito, an exclusive beachside neighborhood around 2 hours' drive north of Los Angeles. While they have managed to secure a string of lucrative deals with platforms such as Netflix and Spotify, Harry spoke out in March to Oprah Winfrey about how he was financially cut off from his family. Prince Charles has been stepping into the hole left by Prince Philip and has been pragmatic in his approach to the Duke of York's future in the royal family, claims royal expert. Prince Charles has become an integral part of the Queen's support system following the death of her husband, Prince Philip, according to two royal experts. Since the filing of a civil case against Prince Andrew on the grounds of sexual assault and battery, the Prince of Wales has stepped in to protect the royal family and ensure the reputation of the monarchy does not become tarnished. When asked about the absence of Prince Philip, Daily Mail columnist Sarah Vine replied, "There's a big hole in the royal family and in her life." Royal commentator Charlotte Griffiths agreed. "William and Charles are really stepping into the hole, they are really grasping this situation as a team together and backing Granny." Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's huge deal with TV and film giant Netflix will be a tricky tightrope for the couple to walk, a royal commentator told a documentary. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex made headlines around the world last year as they announced their decision to step down from the royal family. Meghan, 40, and Harry, 36, said they would move to North America and have since settled in Montecito, California. In their bombshell announcement, the couple said they wanted to carve out new financially independent roles for themselves separate from the royal family. Since then, the pair have embarked on a string of media ventures, including signing a massive contract with Netflix. Meghan and Harry's deal with the streaming service is reportedly worth more than £100 million, £72 million. Journalist and royal commentator Emily Andrews told the 2021 documentary, Secrets of the Royal: The Markles vs. the Monarchy. Effectively, the money that they are being paid is because of their platform as royalty, as members of the royal family. That's quite tricky. People always want the most compulsive viewing, and the things that are going to command the most column inches, and effectively, that then translates into dollars. Are those personal and intimate revelations? So, I think that will be a very tricky tightrope for the couple to walk. The Queen viewed Balmoral as a place to hibernate and insisted upon keeping the young princes within the privacy of the castle in the days following Princess Diana's death. Despite receiving public criticism, a royal expert said that the Queen's decision to keep Prince Harry and Prince William at Balmoral following the death of Princess Diana makes sense. The Queen has been visiting Balmoral every summer since childhood and believes it to be a place to hibernate away from media scrutiny, which led her to make the decision to keep her young princes at the estate. When discussing the history of Balmoral on the podcast Royally Obsessed, Rachel Bowie said, "It's also the place where William and Harry found out that Diana had died, and the Queen. People weren't happy with her choice, but she kept William and Harry there in those days, after learning that Diana had passed away. She considered it a place to hibernate, so it makes sense that the Queen made that choice." She also added that Princess Diana reportedly disliked Balmoral, describing it as super gloomy. Prince Charles has issued a subtle patriotic warning to Nicola Sturgeon's independence ambitions. Before the Scottish independence referendum in 2014, the Queen said Scots should think very carefully about the future. Now Charles has made a subtle plea to the nation to stay within the United Kingdom. In aerial photographs of the Prince of Wales' Ayrshire estate, Dumfries House reveal a planting scheme that is laid out in a pattern to resemble the Union flag. Prince Charles is also said to have signalled his concerns about Scottish independence during the Burns night before the 2014 referendum. After watching Prince Charles reading Auld Lang Syne on Burns night, body language expert Judy James said, "The Prince's version is not a fun one, and despite a small slewed smile near the end of his recital, he employs body language and vocal tone cues and clues to suggest there should be messages read here about the mooted referendum to take Scotland from the UK." Prince Andrew has been described as pompous by a royal commentator as the Duke and the royal family try to handle the fallout of his sexual assault lawsuit. The Duke of York's character has come under attack from a royal commentator who has said that the Duke has come across as full of himself throughout his royal career. The Queen's second son is currently facing allegations of sexual assault and battery after a former Jeffrey Epstein victim filed a civil lawsuit on Tuesday. Prince Andrew has consistently denied all claims against him. In a conversation on Palace Confidential, royal expert Charlotte Griffiths claimed that Prince Charles was participating in crisis talks to help combat the allegations. She said, "He has to protect his brother from himself, because if Andrew is allowed to just be Andrew, it's a disaster for everybody. Prince Andrew must lance the boil if he is to salvage damage done to the reputation of the monarchy, as Prince Charles signals he will not be as forgiving as the Queen," claims royal commentator. The royal family cannot be tainted by Prince Andrew's accusations of sexual abuse, claims royal commentator Sarah Vine. Following the filing of civil case against the Duke, he must either confront these claims in an attempt to salvage his reputation, or skulk around in the shadows and resign from all aspects of public life. A former victim of Jeffrey Epstein filed a lawsuit on Tuesday, accusing the prince of sexual abuse on 3 occasions. Daily Mail columnist Sarah Vine said, "I think Andrew basically has 2 options here. 1. He hides behind wealth and palace walls, but that means he can never have any form of public life ever again, and will just have to skulk around in the shadows, or he can call her bluff and actually confront these claims in an open way, and answer the accusations against him. If it's true that Hess not guilty of anything, then presumably he'll be cleared and he can be vindicated and go back to public life. I think he does need to either lance the boil as it were, or become an even bigger boil. I think those are the 2 choices that face him." Visits to the Buckingham Palace Gardens have been panned on TripAdvisor, with punters branding it a complete rip-off and complaining they were robbed by the royals. In April, self-guided tour tickets around the palace gardens went on sale, initially attracting overwhelming demand. For £16.50 per adult, or £42 for a family of up to 3 children, they promised a chance to enjoy the beauty and calm of this walled oasis. However, the gardens received a number of damning reviews on TripAdvisor, with some customers complaining about how much was available. One disappointed visitor wrote, "Buckingham Palace has opened its gardens to the public for the first time this year. It really shouldn't have bothered." Prince Harry must be willing to air the royal family's dirty laundry in order to command such a significant fee for his memoir next year, a royal commentator claimed. Harry recently announced he would be penning and releasing an autobiography in late 2022, with proceeds of the book going to charity. The 36-year-old made the announcement on his Archwell website, which he and his wife Meghan Markle post updates of their endeavours on. Writing on the website, Harry said the book would be accurate and wholly truthful account of his life so far, adding that he planned to write the book not as the prince I was born, but as the man I have become. And with such a hefty reported figure on the table, royal commentator Daniela Elsa argued that the book's publisher Penguin Random House must expect Harry is prepared to tell more stories from his time inside Buckingham Palace. Writing for the New Zealand Herald this month, Ms. Elsa said, "It seems highly unlikely his royal relatives share that same level of excitement at the prospect of the former army captain turned royal defector putting his well-chewed book to paper and opening the floodgates." Prince Charles enjoyed a tipple or 2 of scotch when he attended the Grampian Highland Games earlier today. The heir to the throne was all smiles as he greeted crowds and spoke to officials at the Games. The Prince of Wales, or the Duke of Rothesay as Hess officially known, while north of the border, donned his finest Scottish attire for the event. This included the family kilt and a green and red tartan, alongside a brown leather sporran. Prince Andrew managed to evade lawyers who were seeking to ambush him on a horse ride, in a bid to serve him court papers in person. The Duke of York has been sued in the US by Virginia Giuffre, who claims she was forced to have sex with Andrew on 3 occasions in 2001, when she was a minor. Prince Andrew vehemently denies all allegations made against him. Princess Anne almost got into serious trouble after making an awkward gaffe in a committee meeting ahead of the London 2012 Olympics bid. The Queen's daughter was an integral part of the team that brought the Olympic Games to London back in 2012, and she was said to have done everything in her power to secure the winning bid. But Anne almost got into serious trouble after making a rude comment about a fellow committee member. Prince Harry has drawn the battle lines with his father Prince Charles as their oil row threatens to rumble on, a commentator claimed. The couple made the landmark decision last year to leave their royal life behind and set up home across to the pond in a bid to live a financially independent life away from the monarchy. But since then, they have launched a series of allegations towards the firm, including on delicate topics such as race and mental health. Among Harry's targets has been Charles, who the Duke of Sussex claimed was trapped inside the royal family due to his one day becoming monarch. Princess Anne would no doubt think a cartoon ruthlessly mocking Prince George is very bad, as the backlash against the US broadcast continues, an expert told express.co.uk. Anne marks her 71st birthday today, with royals from across the firm likely to wish the hard-working princess happy returns. Alongside her birthday, Anne could also be celebrating, if she makes history in the coming weeks and months, by taking on the role of Captain General of the Royal Marines. If selected, she would become the first woman to hold the title. Prince Andrew's legal fees are being underwritten by Queen Elizabeth II after a civil lawsuit was filed against the Duke of York alleging he sexually assaulted a teenager, it has been claimed. The Duke of York is being sued in the US by Virginia Giuffre, who claimed she was forced to have sex with him on 3 occasions in 2001 when was only 17. Prince Andrew vehemently denies all allegations made against him. Princess Eugenie's husband Jack Brooksbank is set for a work promotion. He reportedly will become the director of his father's accountancy business, Pangaea Land and Property Limited. This is following his father, George Brooksbank's, retirement in June.